Hi, today we're going to talk about changing out your direct flow air filters. But before we even open the box, let's talk about a couple of maintenance practices. Number one, do not clean your air filter. It can do more harm than good. And as such, Cummins filtration does not warrant the air filter. Number two, record the number of hours on the machine and the date that you changed it out. It's always a good maintenance practice. And number three, do a pre-inspection of the box and everything that's attached to the box before you even open the box. Before we change the filter out, we're going to look at the hoses downstream of the air box. This is the hose downstream of the air box. It goes from the air box to the turbocharger. There's two clamps on it. You'll want to inspect both to make sure that they're nice and tight. You'll also want to look at the hose to see if there's any discoloration, any cracks, any soft spots in it, anything out of the ordinary. What we're looking for is we're looking for discoloration or cracks or anything out of the ordinary. So we want to check and make sure the hoses are tight, the clamps are tight, and everything is in place, such as this little cap at the top of the pre-cleaner. Okay, everything looks good there. Now we're going to go ahead and open up the air box. The air box has a cover on it and it has 4 clips. We're going to go ahead and open it up through the clips. With the cover, it has some retaining features on it, and we're going to use these retaining features in a minute to hold the air filter. This is the primary air filter. Gently grab it and move it back and forth to loosen it. Then you can pull it right out of the air box. Now we're going to go ahead and use those retaining features to hold our used air filter. Now we have a secondary. Before we get to this secondary, we want to use a wet shop rag or a paper towel to clean the inside of the air box out. There's a lot of dust and debris in here, and we don't want that to go downstream to the turbocharger or the engine. This doesn't have to be spotless, but what you want to do is get all this loose dust that's in this housing out of here. That way when we pull the secondary out, none of the dust will go downstream to the engine or the turbocharger. Now that we've got the housing clean, we're going to go ahead and take the secondary filter out. There's 2 tabs located on the filter. You can just pull on the tabs, the secondary filter will come out. And what we want to do is we want to look at the secondary filter while we have it out, and we want to inspect it. You really want to look downstream of the filter. Make sure the filter is clean, nice and clean, just like this one is right here. You can also inspect the gaskets. And while we're on the subject of gaskets, some people will see cross etching on the gasket. It'll be dirt, like on the primary here. People see this and they think that this is actually dirt getting past the seal. It's not. What happens is when we pull this filter out of the air box, we pull it through the debris field or the dust, and it gets dust all along the gasket edge. We're going to set our secondary filter aside, and what we want to do is we want to come in here and we want to look inside the housing. And what we're doing is we're looking downstream to see if there's any kind of major dust downstream. Now there'll be a little bit of dust downstream, maybe a sheen, but not very much. Also, you'll notice sometimes in the back there's a boot that's rubber, and that rubber boot can have a natural occurrence to it called blooming. It can give the appearance of a white residue on it. Some people mistake this for dust, but it's actually a natural occurrence. We're going to go ahead and reinstall our secondary filter now. When reinstalling, the key is to make sure the filter is seated properly. I like to push on all 4 sides and all 4 corners to make sure that it's seated properly. Next, I'm going to get the primary air filter and we're going to install it. I like to push and rock this filter back and forth until it's nice and seated. And when it's seated good, it'll be firm and hard to put in, and it'll also be square with the rest of the box. We're going to put our cover back on and make sure all 4 clips are fastened tightly. And that is how you do a service on a direct flow air filter.